Have you ever wondered whether it is safe for your partner to swallow semen? It is one of those questions that many people are curious about, but almost nobody asks directly. Some people even feel embarrassed to bring it up, which leaves them searching for answers in the wrong places. That is why today we are going to talk honestly about what happens when semen is swallowed, whether it is safe, what risks exist, and what you can do to make the experience better for your partner if this is something you both choose. Semen is often misunderstood. Most people think it is just sperm, but in truth, sperm cells are only a very small part. The majority is fluid from the prostate and the seminal vesicles. That fluid contains water, sugars such as fructose, proteins, enzymes, and small amounts of minerals like zinc and magnesium. It also has a slightly alkaline quality to protect sperm in the vagina. But in the stomach, it is simply digested like any other body fluid. From a nutritional standpoint, it is tiny. A typical ejaculation has around 5 to 7 calories, less than a single almond, so it is not going to change your diet or your health in any meaningful way. For most healthy couples, swallowing semen is not harmful. The stomach is very good at breaking down proteins and fluids. But there are exceptions, and they are important to know. If a partner has a sexually transmitted infection, such as HIV, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, hepatitis, or human papillomavirus, then swallowing semen can carry a risk. The risk is lower through the mouth than through genital contact, but it is not zero, especially if there are sores or gum problems. This is why knowing your status and regular testing are essential for safety. There are also rare allergic reactions called seminal plasma hypersensitivity, which can cause burning, swelling, or irritation, though this is extremely uncommon. And if someone has poor oral health, with inflamed gums or mouth ulcers, that increases vulnerability. So, outside of those exceptions, semen itself is not dangerous. But that does not mean every partner will want to swallow it, and that is where communication becomes crucial. Intimacy is not about forcing or expecting a particular act. It is about choice, respect, and comfort. If your partner enjoys it, that can be a way of connecting. If they do not, that boundary deserves respect. Now let us talk about taste, because that is often the deciding factor. Many partners avoid swallowing simply because they do not like the flavor. Semen usually tastes slightly salty or alkaline, but it can shift noticeably depending on diet and lifestyle. Diets heavy in red meat, coffee, alcohol, onions, garlic, and highly processed food tend to make semen taste more bitter. On the other hand, eating fruit like pineapple, citrus, kiwi, or berries, as well as leafy greens, makes it lighter and sometimes even sweet. Hydration also matters. Drinking plenty of water dilutes the fluid and makes it less strong, while dehydration makes it more concentrated and sharper. Smoking and vaping create a harsher taste and smell, and alcohol does the same. Cutting back on these not only helps taste, but also improves fertility and sexual health overall. Even certain medications, especially antibiotics or strong vitamins, can alter taste temporarily. And finally, basic hygiene plays a role. Clean genitals and trimmed hair reduce bacteria and odor, which makes the whole experience more pleasant. Here is the encouraging part. These changes do not take months. If a man drinks more water and eats more fruit, his partner may notice a difference within a few days to a week. That is a small effort with a big impact. But there are also some practical tips for comfort. For example, some partners prefer being warned before ejaculation, so they can choose whether to swallow or not. Others feel more comfortable with a glass of water, juice, or even a piece of fruit nearby afterwards. Some may prefer to try it occasionally rather than every time. Respecting these preferences shows thoughtfulness and makes intimacy less stressful. It is also worth remembering that comfort is not only about taste, it is about trust. Many women report that what makes them open to swallowing is not flavor, but the feeling that their partner respects them, gives them choice, and never pressures them. Pressure makes an intimate act feel like a chore. Respect makes it feel like closeness. Let us spend a little more time on practical advice, both for you and for your partner. When it comes to making semen taste better and keeping the experience comfortable, what you put into your body shows up in your semen. A diet high in vegetables, especially leafy greens like spinach and kale, is linked with healthier semen overall. These foods contain chlorophyll and natural antioxidants that help neutralize strong odors. Men who eat more vegetables tend to have semen that tastes less bitter. On the other hand, high sulfur foods such as broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower, while excellent for health, can make body fluids smell stronger. The same is true for spices like curry and cumin. This does not mean you need to avoid them, but it does mean that moderation makes a difference. Hydration is another factor that science supports strongly. Semen is mostly water. If you are well hydrated, your semen is less concentrated, milder in taste, and healthier in terms of sperm motility. If you are dehydrated, the taste becomes more intense and sometimes unpleasant. Think of it the same way you think about urine. The more water you drink, the lighter and cleaner it is. Now let us look at supplements. Zinc, selenium, and vitamin C are well known for improving sperm health and semen quality. While they do not directly change taste, they improve overall reproductive health, which often makes semen fresher and more balanced. On the flip side, too much caffeine or too much alcohol can dehydrate the body and worsen both taste and fertility. For your partner, comfort is not only about what they taste, it is about how you care for the experience. Something as simple as letting them know before you ejaculate gives them the choice to swallow or not. Some partners appreciate having water, fruit juice, or even a piece of fruit nearby afterwards. Others prefer to only do it occasionally, rather than every time. Respecting those preferences makes the experience positive rather than pressured. It also helps to think about timing. If you know your semen will taste stronger after a heavy night of drinking or after eating spicy food, that might not be the best time to expect your partner to swallow. On the other hand, after a day of good hydration and lighter meals, the taste will be milder. This awareness shows thoughtfulness. From the medical side, semen's slightly alkaline nature is what protects sperm in the female reproductive tract. That alkalinity is also what gives it its distinct flavor. For most people, it is harmless. But for partners with sensitive stomachs, drinking something acidic afterwards, like juice, can help neutralize the taste quickly. The overall message here is simple. By paying attention to your lifestyle, diet, and hydration, and by showing respect and care for your partner's comfort, you can turn something that might feel awkward into an act of closeness that both of you feel good about. Some people wonder whether there are long-term benefits or risks. The reality is that for healthy couples, swallowing semen has no long-term consequences, good or bad. It is not dangerous, but it is also not a health tonic. The main things that matter are testing for infections, mutual consent, and respect for comfort levels. At the end of the day, intimacy is not about semen. It is about connection. For some couples, swallowing is part of that connection. For others, it is not. Both are completely normal. What matters is that you both feel safe, comfortable, and respected. And if this conversation gave you clarity, stay tuned. I am working on a brand new series about sexual health after 50, covering topics like performance, confidence, and deeper connection. You will not want to miss it. I am Dr. Fiona Grey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay empowered.